on the presentation. Call's all yours.
Well, first and foremost, thank you so much, Mike, for you and Patrick for setting up the pace. Like you couldn't set it better. I think that the pace of the team is set by the leaders. And to me, you guys are my leaders. So I just follow you guys and what you guys do. And I see what you guys do. You're always on phase one. So, the first thing that I tell you is phase one is where I live. And because I live there, I know that's where Shayla lives. I know that's where Matt lives. So I'm always recruiting. I'm always opening new teams. I lost count of how many, frontline people I do have. I'm not ashamed to say I keep on doing it. I started another one this week, couple of weeks ago. And, just working those open line teams, trying to, help people, promote to RD. I used to do a lot of the work for them. Now I just hold their hand and teach them leadership and show them the way and pave them the way, but they got to run that paved road. So I provide the platform, but I just hold people through leadership and not create leaders like I had that habit before, and I broke that habit now. So I'm in continuous phase one, always working. I'm doing the presentations myself. Patrick knows this. My schedule is back to back. I sit on my computer at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I leave my computer at 10 o'clock at night. And if I am not in my computer and I'm cooking, I am literally doing it while I'm working. So Patrick doesn't even know how is it that I do it. Sometimes he's like, how do you do it? I just come in running sideways because, I just finished lunch or whatever I had to do. But I do what I have to do. Just like everybody else on this call, but I do it all the time, nonstop, 12, 13 hours, 15 hours, whatever it takes, because right now we're in a very, we are on a very different time, and it's a perfect storm. And I think we have a huge blessing. And when you have a huge blessing, you have an even bigger obligation to go share that blessing. And it's this time to go help. And I think all of us can do different things. Some people could help frontline on the health manner. Some other people work the food pantries. And what can we do in this team is we can go provide opportunity. And this is a time to provide opportunity. But you have to become very organized with your work. What Patrick talked about today in the ETL call, I hope all of you guys were there. It was phenomenal. The chart is extremely important. I know that Shayla swears by it. She couldn't do it without the chart, I know for a fact. And then I meet every morning. I start my morning at 9:15 with my ETLs, and I direct their work. See, because otherwise they're gonna look at product videos for an hour and feel like they worked their ACM business, and they didn't. So I direct their work. I tell them what to do, because right now they don't know what to do. And then I meet with my RDs, every morning at 10 a.m. and we see where we can help each other, and we work as a team. And then our day goes from there. And it's been great. I'm loving working with the team. We're building stronger than ever relationships, even though it's on Zoom. So it's a perfect storm right now, and we just have to ride it together.
Ali, you said a lot, and I can't agree with you more. One, you're running your team. You're all over your organization. Two, that chart, which Pat's going to cover in detail on this call, because that chart allowed us to scale. As you are scaling, as Shayla's number one, you guys are very organized with what you're doing. And, listen, you're exactly right. We're in a special time, and there's people that need our help. And, too much is given, much is expected. And, that's something that I had to learn myself personally. But yeah, I can't agree with you more. There's people out there that are looking, that we're bringing excitement, money, opportunity into their life that doesn't exist right now. So appreciate all you do. Congratulations, 21 PBZs this week. Also, Lisa Oko Brown, consistent in the charts. Number 3 on the team. She has the number 3 ETL. She's consistently on the charts with 24 PBZs. Lisa, you on this call?
I'm here, Mike. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you. And first of all, Lisa, congratulations. Guys, she is out there leading from the front. She's building an army in Houston, Texas, and with 24 PBZs, she's going to have more people looking at her business. She's going to find leaders faster. So, Lisa, throw the call to you. Who's scheduling the PBZs? Who's doing them? Who's coaching them? Call's all yours.
Thanks so much, Mike. What a week. So my, ETLs, as I've been telling everyone, just trying to get them to be more independent. You heard Desiree on the ETL call, she's someone who's capable, doing her coaching calls and scheduling her PBZs. And, of course, she always three-ways me at the end of the coaching call, to do the edification of her and everything like that, just the way the system taught us. Can you still hear me, Mike? Because I'm getting like unstable internet signals from my computer. Okay, great. So I'm sorry, I'm actually preparing for a hearing this afternoon. My law practice is trying to drag me back over there away from ACN, but I'm not gonna let it happen, okay? I gotta stay focused here so that I don't ever have to go back to that. And, every week we have the new IBOs. The minute we sign them up, we want to, book their coaching call, book 2 PBZs for them. We want them to have a backup in case, they call and invite people. The person can't make the first one. We want them to have a backup one right away, because we don't want them to have to then call the person back again after they get another date. That's just wasting a phone call. So that's one thing that's really been great in helping us get more PBZs. The new people right the gate, we want them to have 2 for like their first 2 weeks. And then after that, they can do 1 a week. So with all the new people coming in, that keeps the PBZ, count at a great level every week. And definitely, following, Noah and Shayla and, Alejandra and everyone, meeting with the ETLs every morning has been really, really great for me and my team. And one thing you said last week, Mike, that really stuck with me, you said, even if you just have 1 ETL show up, all you need is 1, and that is so, so true, so even when we don't have all the ETL show up, even if just 1 shows up, I'm like, this is what Mike said, all you need is 1. And I really took that to heart because, you have a lot of ETLs and everything who really are not stepping up, and so I will give them a chance to really schedule and whatnot. But when I check the new IBOs and they're not CQ'd and, they don't have a PBZ on the books, then I have to reach out to the IBO myself and take back the control, because like you said, if we leave our business to the ETLs, we're going to go back to being an ETL. So I want to, empower them and give them that opportunity to lead. But if I see they're falling short, I just can't sit there and be afraid that I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings or step on their toes. I have to reach out to that new IBO because we're not signing people up to have them fail in this opportunity. And it's our responsibility as regional directors to take control of the team and help the new IBO get success and hopefully, be an example to the ETLs of, okay, this is how you do it. So that's what I've been doing. I really appreciate everybody on this call. Every single person here, has just been such an inspiration to me. And, coming to the Friday RD calls with both you and Pat's RDs, that's just been so good to hear what's working for people and masterminding with the top producers, in ACN. It's really affected my business and the way that I do business. And of course, the tracking chart has just been instrumental in everything as well. So thank you so much, Mike.
Well, appreciate you, Lisa. And I love what you said is you're using the charts, you're on top of your business, and you're running it at the end of the day. And, one thing I took away from what you said is empowering your ETLs. How many of you'd like to empower your ETLs? What if I could teach you to do one thing and one thing only? And if you did it extremely well, you would empower every ETL in your organization. How many of you'd like to learn that one thing? Just one thing. Taproot. That's it. See, here's what we find is the ETL will change when the ETL is ready to change. Can we agree with that? We can't change who people are. People have to change who people are. But if you taproot, you empower. Here's how you empower. 1, you show them that it works, yes or no. 2, they get some checks on it. 3, they get cut off from some checks, and then they start understanding the marketing plan. And when the student's ready, the teachers appear. Every one of our organizations, Pat and I were talking about this earlier today, every one of our organizations that's flourished is because we did one thing, and one thing great is taproot. It'll empower all of them. So Lisa, appreciate all you do, all you continue to do. 24 PBZs. Let me predict this week, 24 IBOs. You're shooting to the top of the charts, and congratulations. Where's Shayla at, the number one RD with 26 PBZs?
Hello.
First of all, congratulations, killing it. Love your background there. 26 PBZs, number one on the team for team trainer production. And Shayla, same question. What are you doing scheduling the PBZs? What are you doing with your organization? Call's all yours.
Yeah, well, pretty much all I'm doing is taking complete control, but also noticing that where my focus needs to be is at the bottom of the leg. And because I'm working multiple legs right now, so it's really been requiring my ETLs to step up and take, ownership of their team. But one thing that I do is I work very fast, and I think that was probably the biggest thing that it took me to adjust to. But it's working, and condensing time frames, because I know the way that I used to work is like, okay, great, we can, book you a meeting, 5-7 days out. And I'm like, no, we can work faster now. Obviously, we're on Zoom. So it's making sure that I get, a business partner out of somebody within their first 72 hours, just because I've noticed that those are the most excited people, because number one, they're new. Number two, they have a win. So I'm booking all their meetings, especially the new people. I'm booking them within the first 72 hours. And I've got really good, and I learned, this is a conversation we had with Pat on our RD call, but it's promoting events. And I think that was something that I've kicked into gear on big time, because I know that now that we have, Zoom trainings every single night, it's easy to tell people, yeah, there's one every single day, but it's also not effective, as effective in my opinion. So what I've been doing is getting everybody to that training that same night, booking their meeting, having them get, something immediately on the books, no matter what their schedule is, no matter if they get 10 people on or 5 people on, we need this in front of somebody within the next 2 days. But it's just pretty much me making sure I'm very hands-on with my ETLs, but I'm personally just booking all the meetings and making sure that I'm the one working with the bottom of the leg. And just, pretty much just working. That's just all that it is. I just keep booking meetings and just making sure that I always have at least 5 set up minimum. Actually, I almost have more than 5 every single day, but with new people, at least 5 meetings actively happening every single day, just because they're excited, they're new. And, the faster I can get a win for them, the more I know that that person is going to stick around longer than, just 5-6 days. So for that, it's just ultimately just working. I mean, I don't know what else to say outside of just booking a meeting, having a meeting, coaching the person. That's just all that it is. So.
But it's simple. But I like what you said, working at the bottom of the leg. Now, let me ask you a question, Shayla. When you're working at that bottom of the leg and you're creating that fire, because let's be honest with ourselves, anywhere you work, you will create a fire. You will make it work. What does that do to everybody between you and them?
Oh my gosh, everybody resurrects from the dead. Everybody starts to work. Everybody needs a meeting. Everybody wants to, and a perfect example is for Kayla. Kayla's like, we all know Kayla's been in the business for a while now. And Kayla, I was like, okay, great. So we got a really good leg with, the military team underneath of her. And for them, it was just taproot. I got 6 ETLs, one down, one straight leg. People that weren't really doing anything just resurrected from the dead. And I mean, they're all new. They're newer. They're all in for 40 days. And so all of them, they're like, okay, but for resting after they got 1 or 2 IBOs out of them, now they're all like, oh, we need to work. Now Lisa's on the charts. Sarshika's working. They're all working and resurrecting from the dead. Why? Because somebody underneath them is working harder than them. So they're all excited. So now they want a meeting. Now they want business partners. So that everybody's working, that I didn't even have to call them up like, hey, do you want a meeting? They're calling me, hey, Shayla, can I do a meeting on Tuesday at 4? Sure. It's just because they see